A great day to one and all. Welcome to the September 2024 licensure examination for teachers or LET review for math majors or LEPT. I am your Sir Kim, still the same Sir Kim. And our task for tonight is to discuss items of the diagnostic test, particularly the items 41 to 80. So before we start the discussion, I hope that you are ready. And let us start this meeting with a prayer. Let us all be reminded that we are in the most holy presence of God. Lord God, Heavenly King, Father and Lord, thank you for this opportunity that you have given us to gather in this virtual meeting. We are hoping and praying that you will bless each one of us, keep us all safe night and day. All of this we pray in Jesus' name, amen. All right. Good evening po sa ating lahat. And I hope that we are all set for the session tonight. So tonight we will be discussing, as what I have mentioned earlier, another set of 40 items. So I hope that you are ready and I hope that we are all set as well. And don't worry po sa hindi po makaka-join sa atin sa ating live ngayon, no, or sa ating Zoom, due to some reasons, this meeting is recorded and you will be given the video copy of the presentation as well as the PDF file of the PowerPoint presentation. All right. So here's the direction. So shade the letter of the correct answer before the number. If the correct answer is not found among the choices, so you have to shade B. So in your case, in your context, i-shade nyo po yung letter, no, na nandyan po sa inyong answer sheets. Okay? So I will flash the questions po and feel free to chat your answer, no, or sa ating chat po sa ating Zoom. Take note that I have to mute everyone po muna, no? And I will not allow annotations po so that we can maintain the clarity or a good flow of the discussion. So again ha, flash ko po sa screen, huwag po kayong mahiya maglagay ng inyong sagot because in this class, all answers are welcome. And what's more important is we will learn from the experience. Okay? So let's have item number 41. What do you call sets that have the same elements and cardinality? Did you go for equal sets, equivalent sets, empty set, or singleton? Please comment your answer po for number 41. Okay, letter A daw, sabi ni Ma'am Rona May. Okay. Aiden, ang sagot ng madlang people, marami kayo. So, if you answered A, I'm so happy for you because yan po ang tamang sagot. When we say equal sets, this refers to two or more sets having the same elements and same cardinality. Kapag sinabi po nating elements, yan po yung mga members, no, ng ating sets. So dapat magkaparehas po sila. When we speak about cardinality naman po, cardinality refers to the number of elements na meron ang sets. Kapag sinabi naman po nating equivalent sets, these sets have the same cardinality lang po. Meaning, magkasing dami po yung elements ng dalawa o higit pang sets, pero it doesn't mean na parehas yung elements nila. And yung empty set naman po is a set with no element or otherwise known as a null set. No? Null set is the other term for empty set. And when we speak about singleton naman po, it is a set with exactly one element inside. So if your answer is letter A, congratulations. Nakuha po natin. Okay, so good start so far? So far, so good. And take note po ha, tandaan po natin, all equal sets are equivalent. However, yung converse niya ay hindi po palaging tama. That is, not all. Tandaan po natin ha, all equal sets are equivalent sets, but not all equivalent sets are equal sets. Lahat ng equal ay equivalent, pero hindi ibig sabihin na equivalent sila ay equal sila. 42. A certain set has 64 subsets. How many elements does this set, have? Does it have 8, 7, 6, or 5 elements? Paki-comment po yung sagot natin for 42. All right. Letter C daw. May sumagot din naman ng letter A. Take note, number 42 na po tayo. Okay? 8 nga ba? O 6? So, usually yung sagot ninyo is A or 6 eh. 8 or 6. And let's see kung sino sa inyo ang nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Tandaan po natin ito ha. A set with n elements has 2 raised to n subsets. This applies if, take note that n here is a fixed number. So kapag meron siyang n elements, meaning finite set po ito, then its number of subsets is 2 raised to n. So since given na meron siyang 64 subsets, so 2 raised to n is equal to 64. And di ba, alam po natin na ang 64 could be expressed as 2 raised to 6. So, yung 2 raised to n po natin sa left-hand side is equal to 2 raised to 6. At dahil equal po yung kanilang bases, at equal po yung dalawang expressions na to, it follows therefore that their exponents are also equal. Hence, n is 6. So therefore, meron pong 6 elements ang set na ito. So sa lahat na nakasagot ng C, yes. But if not, okay lang po. Yung mahalaga po, natututo po tayo. Okay? Letter C po. 6. 43. The following statements are true except A, a null set is a subset of any set. B, if A is a non-empty set, then A has more elements than the null set. C, null sets are not relations. Or D, a null set is a subset of itself. Saan dito ang mali? Letter C daw. Null sets are not relations. Ang sagot ni Ma'am Rose, ni Ma'am Jeneline, ni Ma'am Erica, at ng lahat ng sumagot so far. Sabi ni Sir Tom Cruise, ay sana all ang artistahin ang pangalan. Yung sabi ni Future LPT at marami pang iba. Tama nga ba ang C? A null set is a subset of any set? This is actually a true statement. Tandaan po natin yan. If A is a non-empty set, then A has more elements than the null set. Tama din po yan. Tandaan din po natin. So, if you have a finite set with at least one element, then its number of subsets is more than the number of elements of that set. So, letter C, null sets are not relations. Mali po ito. Null set is still a relation. And a null set is a subset of itself. Tama din po yan. In fact, null set is a subset of any set. So, null set is a subset of itself. So, letter C ang tamang sagot. Ay, sana all! Sabi ni Ma'am Tani. C po ang sagot ko sa quizzes. Yes, tama po ang C. Congrats po sa lahat. 44. If A has elements 1, 2, 3, and 7, and B has elements 3, 7, and 9, what is A? This symbol is read as? Anong pagbasa sa symbol na to? Yung U na to. It's read as? Union. Tama po, Sir Jason. Union po yan. Thank you din po, Ma'am Rose, Ma'am Lona May, Ma'am Erica. At kapag sinabi po nating union, union refers to the set of all elements that are found in either of the two sets. So, to make the long story short po, A union B is the set of all X such that, no, yung vertical line na to is read as such that X is an element of A or X is an element of B. Either of the two sets. So yung gagawin po natin dito is we will just combine them into one big set. But if ever there are duplications, we shall write only the element. How many times? We shall write only exactly once. So halimbawa ito po. So meron kang 1, 2 here, 3. Pero may 3 din po dito. Kahit gaano sila karaming 3, dapat isang beses mo lang siya dapat isulat. So 3. You have also have 7 and you also have 9. So tama po Ma'am Tani. And letter D po ang tamang sagot. So congratulations po sa lahat na nakakuha ng D. Di wow. Great job. Okay. 45. If N is a set of is a set containing 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, what is N union 0? Meaning the element na 0. Is it A, the set of reals, B, the set of integers, C, the set of rationals, or D, the set of whole numbers? Ano pong sagot natin dito? Whole numbers? Tama kaya ang D? When we speak about the union, no? So, di ba, union, combine lang sila. So, kinumbine po natin sila. So yung set na to, ay lalagyan na natin ng isang element na 0. And combining all of them, you arrive to the set containing the elements 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And I hope that you know that this is the set of whole numbers. Letter D. So sa ating kultura po, no, usually kapag nag-start ka sa 1, we call it natural numbers. And if we start with 0, we have whole numbers, no? But again, it could vary depending sa context. But sa ating culture po, we use this one most of the time. So letter D po, ang tamang sagot. Whole numbers po yan. Next, what is the set of real numbers without the rational numbers? Anong tawag dyan? Is it A, irrational, B, integers, C, whole numbers, or D, natural numbers? Okay. What do you call the set of reals without rational? Patingin nga. Ay, okay. Siguro sa quizzes po talaga na format, no? Okay, letter A daw ang sabi ni Sir Tom Cruise, artistahin. And sa lahat ng nag-comment, majority ng nag-comment ay letter A, meron ding mangilan-ngilang sumagot ng D, no? And ang tamang sagot po ay dan 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 dan, the set of irrational numbers. Tandaan po natin ito ha, that the union o yung pinagsamang irrational numbers at saka rational numbers constitute your set of real numbers. So meaning to say, kapag wala pong rational, yung natira ay irrational na lang. Letter A, galing. Okay, I hope na nakuha po natin yung explanation. And if you wish, no, you could search more of the net to learn more about these number systems. 47. It is a way of naming sets by specifying a rule of what the set should contain. Is it A, the roster method, B, the set builder notation, C, the calligraphic method, or D, the reduction method? Okay, ano pong sagot natin dyan? Naming a set or stating a set by means of specifying a rule. Okay. Letter B daw, set builder. Walang sumagot ng manok, ng roster. Tama nga kaya ang B. Okay, may sumagot ng A, but let's see. Ang tamang sagot po ay dan letter B po, set builder notation. Kapag sinabi po nating roster method, mga kaguro, roster method refers to, it's a method wherein you list the elements of a set. No? So lahat ang mga elements ng set ay inyo pong nililista talaga. Kapag sinabi naman po nating set builder notation, you are actually using a rule, no, to build or to determine the elements of a certain set. It's utilizing a rule, no? Kapag yung calligraphic method at saka reduction method, naku po, wala lang, gawa-gawa lang yan. So ang tamang sagot po ay set builder notation. Sige lang po, no worries po ma'am. No? Ang mahalaga po, may learning po tayo. Okay? Ligwak man, ang mahalaga, ay importante. Char lang. Ang mahalaga po ay may nakukuha po tayo kahit pa konti-konti. 48. What set of numbers is the intersection of the set of rational numbers and the set of natural numbers? Intersection. Kapag sinabi po nating intersection, ito po ay common. Is it natural, whole, integers, or rational? So ano ang common sa rational numbers at saka sa natural numbers? May sumagot ng natural, may sumagot din ng whole, meron ding sumagot ng rational. So lahat ata merong sumagot pero pwera sa letter C. And let's see kung tama po kayo. Iba-iba po ata tayo. Okay. So tingnan niyo po ha. Tandaan po natin ha. The set of natural numbers, whole numbers, and integers are all subsets of the rational numbers. The intersection po of the set of rational numbers and the set of natural numbers is of course the set of natural numbers letter A. Bakit ganon? Kasi nga dahil si natural numbers ay subset ng rational numbers, lahat ng natural ay rational, pero hindi lahat ng rational ay natural. So it seems na common po o makikita sa kanilang dalawa ang listahan ng lahat ng or ang set ng lahat ng natural numbers. That's why letter A ang tamang sagot, the set of natural numbers. Okay, mukhang happy sila. Take note po ha, while we are in progress, our goal po is to get at least half of the total number of items. So I'm hoping na makakuha po tayo ng at least 20 para makapasa for today. Kaya? Of course, kaya. Okay? 49. A true statement implying a false statement is blank as a whole. Logic po tayo. Is it A, true, B, false, C, both true and false, or D, neither true nor false? True implies false. Okay? Logic? Okay, marami po atang sumagot ng false. And if you answered false, that is actually correct. Bakit po? Tandaan po natin ha. P here, P implies Q. In the statement P implies Q, P is what we call premise and Q is what we call conclusion. If your premise is true and the conclusion is true, then P implies Q is true. If true implies false is false, false implies true is true, false implies false is true. Sa lahat po ng implication statements, no? Only true implies false ang false. Lahat the rest po, true na po yan. Okay? Tandaan po ha, true implies false lang po ang false. The rest, true na po silang lahat. So sa lahat po ng sumagot ng B, be happy dahil tama po kayo. Grabe siya, broken promise po maalala ko dyan. Ay nako, ikaw sir ha, mahilig kang, oh my gosh, parang nabuhay yung damdamin natin. Char lang. Biro lang po. 50. Gusto ko yan, no? Okay, consider x as a natural number. What is the converse of the conditional? If x is odd, then x squared is odd. Converse. Is it A, if x squared is even, then x is even. B, if x is even, then x squared is even. C, if x squared is odd, then x is odd. Or D, if x is even, then x squared is odd. Saan dito yung converse of the statement? Converse. Uy, okay. Converse. Tama nga kaya ang B. Kasi may sumagot ng A, may sumagot ng B, may sumagot ng C, pero parang marami-rami ata ang sumagot ng B. Ang tamang sagot ay, let's see kung tama kayo. Tandaan po natin na the letter A is actually what we call the contrapositive. When we say contrapositive, if P implies Q, yung contrapositive niya is not Q implies not P. That's why ito, notice nyo, so magbabaliktad yung posisyon nila. So yung conclusion, ito yung premise, ito yung conclusion. Pupunta siya dito, yung conclusion magiging premise, tapos baliktarin mo, so yung add magiging even. At saka yung premise mo mapupunta sa conclusion, babaliktarin mo din. So A is actually the contrapositive. B, if x is even, then x squared is even. Ang tawag dito ay, notice nyo po, parang parehas pa rin yung concept niya, yung arrangement. Pero, yung kinuha mo yung negation. If ito yung P implies Q, ito yung not P implies not Q. We call this inverse. Be careful po. Letter B is inverse. So, sorry po, hindi po tama ang B. Ang tamang sagot po ay letter C, converse. Kapag sinabi po natin converse, the converse of the statement P implies Q is Q implies P. Yung premise magiging conclusion, yung conclusion magiging premise, yung premise magiging conclusion, tapos retain mo lang sila. And lastly, it's not. So letter C po ang tamang sagot. So tama si Ma'am Erica, si Ma'am Judian, si Sir Jericho, si Ma'am Tani, si Sir Stephen, to name a few. Okay, so careful po ha. So sa lahat po ng sumagot ng B, inverse po yan. Kung hindi mo binago yung posisyon nila, ninegate mo lang isa-isa, inverse po yan. Kapag sinabi ko naman po natin contrapositive, ito po yung inverse ng converse. Okay? 51. The converse of a false implication is A, true, B, false, C, both true and false, or D, neither true nor false. Ang converse ng false implication ay, what's your answer for 51? For example, if I say P implies Q, no? Yung converse niya is Q implies P. So what do you think po? Sabi ni Teacher Carol or ng iba, no? B daw, false. Okay? Marami-rami po ata ang sumagot ng false. Si Sir Tom Cruise, iba, letter A. Pero siya lang nag-iisang letter A so far na sumagot. Lahat, okay, meron na. Si Ma'am Annie, si Sir Jericho, si Ma'am Marge. Pero iba-iba kayo. Okay. True nga ba o false? Tingnan natin. Tandaan po natin ito ha. Kung babalikan po natin, an implication is only false when true implies false. Ibig sabihin po, ito po yung original na implication. True implies false. At kapag kinuha mo naman yung kanyang converse, mababaliktad siya. Yung false na to na conclusion, maging premise mo na. At saka yung true na premise mo, magiging false, magiging true na conclusion mo na. So false implies true siya. And false implies true is a true statement. So that's why letter A po ang tamang sagot. Okay. I hope na nakuha po natin. Or at least naintindihan po natin yung explanation. So true po. 52. In the figure, okay, geometry na po tayo. In the figure, B and G are midpoints of line segment AC and EC respectively. If AE is 36 and how long is BG? Is it 12, 15, 18, or 72? Sige lang po, okay lang po, no worries. Ano pong sagot natin sa 52? Letter C, 18 daw. Okay. Tama nga kaya ang C? If you answered C, then you are, dan 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 dan. before I give you the answer, we have what we call the midline theorem. The midline theorem claims that cutting along the midline or the midline of a triangle creates a segment that is parallel to the base and half as long. Ibig sabihin po nito, if B is the midpoint of, if B and D are the midpoints of these two segments, then if you draw a segment connecting them with these two as the endpoints, then BD is parallel po sa AE at saka ang measure nito ay kalahati ng third side. With that, BD is 1/2 of AE and 1/2 of 36 is 18. So letter C po ang tamang sagot. Very good. 53. These are non-coplanar lines that do not intersect. Is it parallel, skew, perpendicular, or non-coincident? Please comment. Okay, marami po atang sumagot ng B, skew. If you answered skew, then you are letter A, it's not. Because when we say parallel lines, these are coplanar lines na hindi nag-i-intersect. Kapag sinabi po natin coplanar, they lie on the same flat surface. Pero sabi dito kasi non-coplanar eh. The correct answer is Q. Skew lines. Hindi po sila coplanar, meaning iba-ibang planes po sila nakalagay at hindi po nag-i-intersect. Perpendicular, they are coplanar lines that intersect or meet at right angles. Yung non-coincident naman po ay hindi. So letter B, tama po. Thank you po, teacher, future LPT, and future top notcher. Ang parallel kasi ay coplanar. The orthocenter of a triangle could be found outside of the triangle if the triangle is it A, right, B, scalene, C, obtuse, or D, acute? Ano pong tamang sagot dito? Letter C, obtuse daw. And if you answered obtuse, you are actually correct. So kung acute triangle po siya, when we say orthocenter po muna, no, it is the intersection of the three altitudes of a triangle. The three heights, no? Orthocenter po yung intersection nila. Kung acute triangle po siya, yung orthocenter ay nasa loob ng triangle. Kung right angle po siya, yung orthocenter ay sa vertex mismo, no, na kung saan nagmi-meet, kung saan naka-form yung right angle. Pero kapag obtuse po siya, then the orthocenter is found outside po. So letter C ang tamang sagot. Great job po mga kaguro. Naku po, top notcher na po kayong lahat. Passer na po kayo. Claim po natin yan. But if not, okay lang. Push natin, ha? Okay, 55. Which of the following best describes circumference? Is it A, the distance around the circle? B, the distance around the polygon? C, the sum of all edges of a prism? Or D, the number of square units at the interior of a circle? Okay, letter A nga ba? The distance around the circle? If you answered that, congratulations. Yung the distance around the polygon po, we usually call that perimeter. The sum of all edges of a prism, wala, hindi po. And yung number of square units naman at the interior refers to the area ng ating circle. So letter A po ang sagot. Okay, so all right. Next number. Two angles are supplementary and they are in the ratio 13:5. What is the positive difference of the two angles? Is it A, 80 degrees, B, 90 degrees, C, 110 degrees, or D, 120 degrees? Letter A? Okay. What do we mean when we say supplementary po? Ano pong sum nila? Ano pong sum ng dalawang supplementary angles? Their sum is how many degrees? Tama, 180 degrees po. So, ibig sabihin po nito, in my way, no? So, I let X to be the greatest common factor of the two angles. So, yung first angle po, di ba, yung ratio nila is 13:5. So the first angle is represented by 13x and the second angle is represented by 5x. At dahil nga supplementary sila, it is already understood na yung sum nila, which is 13x plus 5x or 18x, ay equal po sa 180 degrees. And dividing both sides by 18 gives us x as 10. So yung dalawang angles naman po, no? So is are 13x and 5x. And yung difference nila, yung positive difference nila ay 8x. And since x is 10, then the positive difference is just replace in 8x, replace x by 10. So 8 times 10 gives us 80 degrees. Letter A. Okay, yes. So yung iba naman po, yung ginawa ng iba ay hinanap po nila yung exact angles na 130 at saka 50 like Ma'am Michelle, no? And sinubtract niya, 130 minus 50, it's still 80. So ganun din man po, no? Ganun po yung math eh. Ibang-iba yung pinanggalingan o yung ginawa, basta tama, same lang po yung patutunguhan. Sana all. Letter A. What do you call a subset of a line that has infinite length and has one endpoint? Is it line, segment, plane, or ray? Okay, letter D daw, ray. If you answered ray, letter G, you are actually correct. So yung ray, no, iisang endpoint niya lang and it extends indefinitely in one direction. Yung line naman po has no endpoint and it could be extended in two directions. Kapag sinabi naman po nating segment or line segment, it refers to a subset of a line with exactly two endpoints. Finite po yung length niya. At saka, yung plane naman ay it's a flat surface. Letter D. 58. Suppose lines M and N are parallel and they are cut by a transversal T at two different points. If x degrees and 35 degrees are alternate interior angles, what is the value of x? Is it A, 35, B, 55, C, 135, or D, 145? Okay, ano pong sagot natin mga kaguro? Letter A, 35 daw. Sabi ni Sir Jericho, ni Sir J, ni Ma'am Rose, okay, pero may iba pong sagot sa atin. Okay. May sumagot ng D, may sumagot ng A. And ang tamang sagot po is dan 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 dan. Tandaan po natin ito. If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal at two different points, then alternate interior angles are equal. Halimbawa po, si angle A ay equal kay angle D, si angle B ay equal kay angle C. These are A, D, and C and B are alternate interior angles. They are non-adjacent angles. They lie on different sides of the transversal and they don't have a common ray. So that's why equal po sila. So 35 degrees. Take note po ha, kung hindi po parallel yung dalawang lines na nakat ng transversal, yung corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles are never congruent. Tandaan po natin yan. Yes, thank you po, Sir Jericho. Alternate interior, sabi ni Ma'am Elisha, is Sir Jomar, sana all. Ang lesson ko, sir, sa grade 7 under Into the Geometry, sana all. So you see, that's also one of the purposes of our practice teaching, no? That we learn more of the content. So magaling po, 35. Which of the following statements is or are true? 1. Angles that form a linear pair are supplementary. 2. Angles that are supplementary form a linear pair. 3. Vertical angles are congruent. Is it A, one only? Ay, tinuro niyo yung OJT. Good po, good rin po, Teacher Elisha. Is it A, 1 only, B, 1 and 2, C, 1 and 3, or D, 1, 2, and 3? Saan dito ang tama? Letter C, ang sabi ng madlang people. And if you answered C, let's see. 1 is actually correct. Because linear pair, when we say linear pair, these are two adjacent angles that are supplementary. That's why tama po, no? Lahat ng linear pairs ay supplementary kasi they add up to 180 degrees. Ang 2 naman po, be careful. The converse of the first one is not correct. Angles that are supplementary form a linear pair, hindi po yan tama. Mali po yan. Bakit? Kasi kapag supplementary sila, it doesn't mean na may common ray sila. It doesn't mean na adjacent angle sila. So 2 ay mali po. Yung 3, vertical angles are congruent. This is actually correct. No? But, no? The vertical angles theorem. Lahat, when we say vertical angle, so if you have two intersecting lines and these are like two angles, no? Na they share a common endpoint, but they don't share a common ray. So 1 and 3 po ang tama, letter C. Great job. All right, 61, 60. X plus 16. Okay, check nyo po yung figure. What is the value of X in the figure? Is it A11, B9, C8, and D7? Before we answer or divulge the solution to this, what kind of angle pairs are they? What kind of angle pairs are they? Sabi ni Teacher Jason Santa Maria, vertical. Sabi ni Ma'am Bea, ni Ma'am Rona, vertical din. Tama po kayo. Kasi they share a common endpoint here, but they don't have a common ray. And gaya ng nasabi ko kanina, vertical angles are congruent. So they are equal in terms of measure. So we have to equate them dahil congruent po yung angles. So x plus 16 equals 4x minus 5. So yung nagawa ko dito is yung minus 5 na to magiging plus 5 sa left side. So 16 plus 5 magiging 21. Yung x na to na sa left side, magiging minus x yan sa right side. So 4x minus x magiging 3x. So in 21 equals 3x, divide both sides by 3, and that gives you 7 as the value of x. So if you answer D, great job. Congratulations. So 7. And if you substitute 7, you will have a value of 23 degrees. So each of this, like 7 plus 16, 23. 4 times 7 minus 5 will be 23 as well. 61. What is the area in square units of the region bounded by the line 4x minus 5y equals 40 and the axis? When we say axis, it's already understood to be the x and y axis. So, anong itsura nito? Is it 30, 35, 40, or 50? Letter C daw, 40 ang sabi. How about the others po? So far, Teacher Erica ang nagbigay ng kanyang sagot. How about po yung sagot ng iba nating madlang people? Letter C din, sabi ni Ma'am Rona May, ni Teacher Tani, ni Ma'am Judy Ann, ni Sir Tom Cruise. Let's see. One key here is by graphing. Yung ginawa ko po is kinuha ko po yung x and y intercepts po nila. No? So if I graph this, to get the x-intercept, let y be 0. So if y is 0, magiging 4x equals 40. So x is 10. And to get the y-intercept naman, let x be equal to 0. So yung labas niya ay negative 5y equals 40. So y is negative 8. And that's why ito po, yung y-intercept niya na negative 8. At ito po yung x-intercept niya. And you see, ito po ang x at saka y-axis. Ito po yung line. No? So you could see this is actually a triangle. So it's like asking, ano ang area ng triangle na to? Take note that the x-axis and the y-axis are perpendicular at the origin. So right angle po ito. Therefore, this is a right triangle. And in a right triangle, we know that the base, that area is equal to 1/2 base times height. So, yung base natin, ito pong, ito no, this is, gaano kahaba? 10 units. Ito naman po, yung 8 units. So, base natin ay 10, at saka yung height natin ay 8. And by substitution, that's 1/2 times 10 times 8, that's 40 square units. Letter C. Okay. I hope na nakuha po natin. Okay? So, analytic geom na po tayo. Yes, don't worry, no? You could access this po, no? I will give you later the copy of the video recording. So, pwede po nating balik-balikan, no? Pwede po nating balik-balikan to. Don't worry po. Huwag lang yung X mo. Char lang. Okay, next. The midpoints of all the sides of a square were connected by segments to form a smaller square. If the area of the smaller square is 20 square units, what is the area of the other square or the larger square? Is it 40, 30, 20, or 10? Okay? Letter C daw, 20. Okay? Take note. Ito po yung itsura niya. Yan. Ito po, oh, kapag meron kang square, ito yung apat na midpoints niya. Nang dinro mo yung square by connecting all the four midpoints, itong square na to yung sa gitna. Notice nyo po, no, nang ginawa po natin ito, nang dinro po natin lahat at kinonect. No? So ito po, yung lahat ng endpoints, ng midpoints. Then connect everything. And connect this and this. The large square is divided into how many parts po? Ilang smaller triangles po yung nakikita ninyo? That is, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, you could see po, no? The area of the larger square has 8 parts. Kapag sinabi ko pong parts, yung mga smaller triangles. How about po yung smaller square? The smaller square is how many parts? Ilang parts po yung ilang smaller triangles ang nag-constitute sa smaller square? Okay, there are apat lang, di ba? 4 lang. Ito, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the area of the larger square is twice of the smaller square. Kasi nga, di ba? 4 lang smaller square, yung larger square, 8. So in other words po, if the area of the smaller square is 20, then the area of the larger square should be twice of that. So 2 times 20 is 40 square units. So yung area po ng pinakamalaking square or yung larger square ay 40 po. Careful. Siguro, hindi po naintindihan siguro ng iba, no? So yung saad po sa problem, um, ito po, oh, kung yung, di ba yung maliit yung sa gitna, kung yung area ng maliit ay 20, ano yung area ng isa pang square, yung other square? Siyempre, mas malaki siya. So therefore, dapat mas mataas siya compared sa 20. So times 2 po yan, 40. 63. What is the measure of an interior angle in degrees of a regular nonagon? 135, 140, 145, or 115? Interior angles, 140 daw. How about the rest po? B? Okay. Tama nga ba? Sure? Let's see. So, meron po tayong different approaches dito, no? Pero yung ipipresent ko po is isa lang para hindi po tayo ma-confuse. The formula for the measure of an interior angle given the number of sides n is 180 degrees multiplied by n minus 2 over n. Yung numerator po na 180 degrees times n minus 2 is the sum of all the interior angles. But since meron siyang n angles, interior angles, that's why divided by n. So since yung nonagon has 9 sides, so n is 9. So by substitution po, naging 180 degrees times 9 minus 2 all over 9, which is 180 times 7 over 9, or that simplifies to 140 degrees. So letter B. Okay, congrats po sa lahat na nakakuha ng B. But if not, sige lang. Push lang. Okay? Please, no? Next. How many degrees larger is the exterior angle of a square than that of an octagon? Okay. Ligwak daw. Sige lang po. Laban lang. 45 daw, sabi ni Ditch. Sabi ng madlang tipo. Okay, so far sa lahat ng sumagot, D po yung sagot ninyo. Okay. Let's see kung tama nga ba ang D. There are many ways of doing this again, but just to cut the long story short, the measure of an exterior angle represented by EA of a regular polygon with n sides is actually EA equals 360 degrees over n. But since for a square, apat na sides, so each exterior angle is 360 degrees divided by 4, which is 90 degrees po. For that of an octagon naman, dahil octagon, 8 sides, so n is 8. So each exterior angle measures 360 degrees divided by 8, or that's 45. And since we have to take the difference, so 90 minus 45, that gives us letter D, 45 degrees. All right. Okay, thank you po. Next, what is the surface area in square units of a rectangular box with a length of 8, width of 7, and h of 5, and a height of 5? A, 101, B, 105, C, 202, or D, 210? Okay? Anyone? All right. Sige, check natin. Let's see. Let's discuss the solution. A rectangular box is an example of what we call a rectangular prism. And the formula for the surface area of a rectangular prism is twice the quantity, the product of the length and width, added by the product of length and height, added by the product of the width and height. So by substitution po, that if L is 8, length is 8, width is 7, and height is 5. So that gives us twice of 8 times 7 plus 8 times 5 plus 7 times 5. What's inside, no? 8 times 7 is 56, 8 times 5 is 40, and 7 times 5 is 35. And using our calculators, that's 2 times 131, or 262 square units. And yung ano po, Wala pong 262 sa ating choices. So letter E po ang tamang sagot. Okay. Ay, very good. Sana all. Congratulations po, Ma'am Tani. Tama po ang person. None daw ang sabi ng iba. Okay, good, good. Sige po. Siguro hesitant po muna kayo, no? Pero at least alam niyo na, uy, tama ako. Next. A right cylindrical tin can has a radius of 3 cm. If its surface area is 65 cm squared, what is its height in cm? Is it 7, 8, 9, or 10? Okay? Surface area. Wow, sure po kayo? Yes, meron po akong nilagay doon. Yes po. Okay, sige na lang po. Discuss ko na lang po ha. So, I hope that you could still, when we say ano no, surface area, um, it is the sum of all the areas of all the surfaces. No? So, the formula for the surface area of cylinder is 2 pi r times the quantity r plus h. To make it simple, it's just the circumference of a circle multiplied by the sum of the radius and the height. So by substitution, that's 60 pi. Given ko kasi yung ating, yung tawag doon, yung surface area. Pero missing ang height. So your radius is 3. It's equal to 2 times pi times 3 multiplied by the quantity 3 plus h. So 2 times pi times r, ito po ay 6 pi dito. So 60 pi equals 6 pi multiplied by the quantity 3 plus h. So divide po natin both sides by 6 pi. So yung right side, yung left side po, pagka-divide ng 6 pi ay magiging 10. Yung right side naman ay magiging 3 plus h. Subtracting both sides by 3 gives us the value of the height, which is 7. Letter A. All right. I hope na nakuha po natin. 67. Consecutive angles of a rhombus measure 2x plus 8 degrees and 68 degrees respectively. What is x? Did you go for 30, 52, 53, or 55? I hope that it's in your quizzes po, this one. No? What's your answer po for 67? Letter A? May sumagot ng B? Okay, how about the rest? Tandaan po natin ito ha. Consecutive angles of a rhombus are always supplementary. That's why the 2x plus 8 and 68 add up to 180 degrees. So, combining like terms sa ating left side, so the 8 plus 68 becomes 76. So 2x plus 76 equals 180. Subtracting both sides by 76 gives us 2x equals 104 po. And dividing both sides by 2 tells us that x is 52, letter B. Good job, guys. 68. In a 30, 60, 90 triangle, how long in centimeters is the side opposite of 30 degrees if the hypotenuse is 8 cm? Is it A, 4, B, 8, C, 8 square, dumoble yung 8, sorry, D, 4 square root of 3? What's your answer for 68? Ay, sige lang po, Ma'am Tani. Go ahead po. All right. Anong sagot sa ating 68? Sa 30, 60, 90 triangle po natin. I hope that, okay, letter B daw. Di sure. Okay. May D. All right. Nasa A or D daw. Okay, but which is which? You have to give one answer. Letter A daw, sabi ni Ma'am Erlyn. May D naman. And tandaan po natin ito ha. Ito po yung relationship nila. In a 30, 60, 90 right triangle, the opposite of the hypotenuse is 2x. The side opposite of 30 degrees is x. And the side naman po na opposite ng 60 degrees ay square root of 3 times the side opposite ng 30 degrees. Therefore, the side opposite of 30 degrees is 1/2 ng ating hypotenuse. Therefore, if the hypotenuse is 8, then the side of opposite of 30 degrees is half of 8, which is 4 cm. Letter A po. Yung side opposite ng 60 degrees, yung side nito, na opposite nito, just multiply by square root of 3, yun na yung side opposite ng 60 degrees. So, ang opposite ng 60 degrees, yan po yung 4 square root of 3. Sige lang po, push lang. No worries pa. 69. The area of each of the equilateral triangles is 2 cm squared. What is the area of the yellow region in cm squared? Did you go for 5, 6, 7, or 8? Okay? May technique po dito. Ito, okay, letter D daw, 8. Ay, natin yung yellow region, ay grabe siya. Okay, may technique po dito. And ang technique po dito is, okay, the whole figure has an area, di ba? 5 sila. So, 5 triangle, 5 times 2 cm squared, that's 10 cm squared. Ang technique po dito is, the yellow region is 3/5 the area of the whole figure. Bakit ko nasabing 3/5? Ito po yung technique ko. Yung smaller portion na to dito, yung smaller portion na to ay malilipat dito. Parang kukunin ko siya, ilalagay sa part na to. Then, this other thing here, this triangle, yellow triangle here, can be cut and placed here. So yung mangyayari dito, out of the 5 triangles, 3 of them are yellow. That's why the yellow region is 3/5 of the whole figure. And 3/5 of 10 is 6 cm squared. So sorry po, pero okay lang, sige lang. Letter B ang tamang sagot. 6 cm squared. Be careful po. This is more of an analysis. O yung or kung gusto niyo po, yung ito na lang po, yung buong ito, cut nyo, lagay dyan. So 3 out of 5 triangles will be shaded. Ligwak, grabe siya. Sige lang. How many degrees is the complement of the supplement of 105 degrees? Is it 15, 25, 35, or 45? Letter A daw. Okay, let's see if A is correct. So, we have to start from right to left. The supplement of 105, so supplement means they add up to 180, di po ba? So 180 minus 105, so the supplement of 105 is 75. So we will replace the supplement of 105 by 75, and we have the complement of the supplement of 105. Yung complement nito, meaning 90 minus 15 minus 75, I mean, is 15 degrees. Letter A. Yay! Kuha. Good job. Kuha natin. 71. How many cubes with edge of 5 cm could fit inside a rectangular prism with dimensions 1 meter by 4 cm by 3 dm? Is it 880, 920, 940, or 960? What do you think? Dog? All right. So yung technique po dito is, actually you notice no, na iba-iba po yung unit nila. So it's good if we convert them all, say, to the same unit. In my case, I converted them all to centimeters. And to get the number of cubes, we will have take note po ha, be careful. It's not always true, but for our case, this is 1 meter by 40 cm by 3 dm. 3 dm, take note that 1 meter is 100 centimeters, so 1 meter is 100 cm. Yung 1 decimeter naman po ay equal sa 10 cm. That's why the 3 dm is the same as 30 cm. And we will divide it with the volume of the cube na 5 by 5 by 5. Take note po ha, it so happen in this case na lahat po sila ay divisible by 5. So that's why, how many 5s could you get from 100? That's 20. There are 40 divided by 8, well, by 5 I mean, 40 divided by 5 is 8, and 30 divided by 5 is 6. And multiplying all of them gives us 960. Letter G. So thank you po. Yes, I agree, Ma'am Rose, no? Na-convert po muna natin sila sa same unit. 72. What is the slope of a line parallel to 2x minus 3y equals 6? Did you go for negative 1/2, negative 3/2, 2/3, or negative 1/3? Okay, letter C daw. Let's see kung tama nga ba or mali. Alright. So, tandaan po natin ha, that there are many ways of solving the slope. One way is expressing them in slope-intercept form. So, if 2x minus 3y equals 6, so yung slope-intercept form po natin, dapat y lang ang matitira sa isang side. So, subtracting both sides, no, magiging negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 6. Dividing both sides by negative 3, you have y equals 2/3 x minus 2. May question po? Wala? Okay. And yung anong slope natin dito? Sige nga po, ano yung slope natin dito? Paki-type po sa chat natin. What is the slope of this line? 2/3. Tama. Kung ano yung kasama ng x mo, yan yung slope mo. No? Basta nasa slope-intercept form siya. And since your slope is 2/3 here and your y-intercept is negative 2, and tandaan po natin ha, that parallel lines have equal slopes. Hence, the slope of the line parallel to it should also be 2/3. Letter C. All right. 73. I hope na nakuha po natin by the way. Okay, tama po. Thank you po, future LPP. What is the slope of the line perpendicular to the line containing the points negative 5, 1 and negative 2, 4? Is it A, negative 1, B, negative 3/2, C, 2/3, or D, 1? Ano ang slope ng line perpendicular to the line containing those 2 points? Okay, A daw, negative 1. Alright? Tandaan po natin ito. So, one of the things that we need to do is first, kailangan po muna natin kunin ang slope ng dalawang points na to. No? And we could use the formula y equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So we could have this as x sub 1, y sub 1. Ito naman po yung x sub 2, y sub 2. And by substitution, no, magiging m equals 4 minus 1 all over negative 2 minus negative 5, which simplifies to 3 over 3 or 1. However, tandaan po natin ito ha, considering na wala pong slope na undefined or zero, two lines are perpendicular if their slopes are negative reciprocals of each other, or yung product ng slopes nila ay -1. So therefore, ang negative reciprocal ng 1 ay -1. That's why letter A po ang tamang sagot. To get the negative reciprocal, just take the reciprocal at saka baguhin mo lang po yung sign. Ang reciprocal po ng 1 ay 1, pero ang negative reciprocal niya, baguhin mo ang sign niya. That's why yung +1 naging -1. So, I hope na clear po. Okay, so sa lahat ng sumagot ng letter C, ng letter A I mean, tama kayo. So letter A po. Okay? -1 dapat. Okay, how about ito naman po? The segment connecting 1, -2, and 3, 5 is parallel to the segment connecting 3, -4, and 7A. What is A? Okay? Letter C daw. Aha. Tandaan po natin, no? So, kapag sinabi nating parallel kanina, di ba dapat equal yung kanilang slopes? So, yung slope po ng first 2 points, dapat equal siya sa slope ng dalawang points na to. So, by substitution again and using the slope formula, so you have 5 minus -2 all over 3 minus 1. Ito yung slope ng first 2 points. Yung A minus -4 all over 7 minus 3 naman po, ito yung slope ng the other set of other pair of points. And simplifying this, yung left side naging 7/2 equals A plus 4 all over 4. Okay? Tapos, by multiplication property of equality, sabi nila cross multiply daw, 4 times 7 is 28 equals 2 times A plus 4, which is 2A plus 8 po. Subtracting both sides by 8, we have 20 equals to A, and dividing both sides by 2 gives us A equals 10. Letter A. Great job. Okay, 75. If the point 37 lies in the line y equals mx plus 1, find m. Sige nga, tumpak ang hula ay grabe siya. Is it A -2, B -1, C 1, or D 2? What is the correct answer here? Letter D daw, 2. Let's see kung tama kayo. Take note ha, sa problem na to po, di ba kung meron kayong ordered pair, the first number is understood to be X, and the second number after the comma is the Y. So by substitution, we have 7 equals M times 3 plus 1. So subtracting M times 3 is 3M, and 7 subtracted by 1 is 6. So 6 equals 3M, dividing both sides by 3, that's 2 equals M. So letter D ang tamang sagot. Okay, may sumagot ata ng A. Pero sige lang po, laban lang. At least, no, alam ko natin kung next time, kung lalabas ito, we know na kung paano siya i-answer. Okay? Letter A. Letter D pala, sorry. Which is 2. Be careful. Diba? Ito yung X, ito yung Y. Substitute lang at solve for M. Sige lang po, laban lang. Find the distance between the origin and the point 4, -3. Is it 5, 7, 9, or 10? 7 daw. Akala niya reciprocal pa. Ay, hindi po. Careful po. Hindi po, hindi po. Kasi M lang naman yung hinahanap eh. Hindi naman siya nagsabi ng perpendicular yung hinahanap. Kung perpendicular, siguro negative reciprocal pa dapat. B daw, 7. Okay? 7 nga ba ang tamang sagot? May sumagot ng A. Welcome po, no worries. And tandaan po natin ha, yung distance formula, D is equal to the square root of the quantity x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 quantity squared. Be careful po. So, di ba origin has coordinate 0, 0 and the other point is core negative 3. This is x sub 1, y sub 1. Ito naman po yung x sub 2, y sub 2. Um, okay. Sige lang po. So, by substitution, that's d equals the square root of the quantity, 4 minus 0 squared, plus negative 3 minus 0 squared. Okay? So, with this one is 4 squared plus, this one is negative 3 squared. This is 16 plus 9, yung nasa loob, no? So, that's the square root of 25, which is 5 po. Letter A. Siguro po yung ginawa ng iba, inad yung 3 at saka 4 siguro. But be careful po ha, we have the distance formula between 2 points po. So careful po tayo. Okay? Sige lang po, sige lang. That's why yun po yung siguro yung rason kung bakit 7 yung sagot ng iba. Okay. Okay. 77. Yes po, meron pong yung PDF ng questionnaire. Hindi po ako sure. Find the minimum value of y of the parabola y equals x squared minus 4x plus 5. Is it 0, 1, 2, or 3? Okay? Paki-comment po. Okay. Sige. Let's see. 77 letter C daw. 2. All right. Let's see. So if this is no your case, this is actually a parabola no that opens upward. So I will group first the terms containing the variable x. And since 1 naman po yung numerical coefficient niya, I will just do completing the square. And so yung x squared minus 4x, no, gagawin po natin siyang perfect square trinomial through completing the square. Sige nga po, anong constant ang dapat nating i-add sa x squared minus 4x para maging perfect square trinomial siya? Okay, 2, sure? Anong i-add natin sa x squared minus 4x para maging perfect square trinomial? 4 po. Yung technique po is, divide this by 2. Negative 4 divided by 2, it's negative 2. Then square the result. Negative 2 squared, 4. So plus 4 po dito. And since we are working only on one side, no? At para mabalance po, dahil nag-add ka ng 4 dito, minus 4 ka dito sa same side. Para, ano siya, para ma-counteract or mabalance pa rin, no? That's why you have this expression. This trinomial, this is a perfect square trinomial, which is x minus 2 quantity squared plus yung 5 minus 4 simplifies to 1. At yung technique is, kung ano po yung nasa labas nito, ito lang, yan na po yung minimum value. Kasi nga dahil naka-open siya upward, so kung ano yung constant dito o yung k, automatic is your minimum value. Letter B. Yes po. Thank you po, Teacher Erlin, no? So, after mo mag-divide ng 2, dapat naka-square pa po yan. Okay? Yes po. Yes. Nag-subtract po tayo ng 4 upang mabalance ang equation. Take note po that adding and subtracting the same number on the same side does not alter the equality. Dahil kung tutuusin po, kapag if you have 4 minus 4 magiging 0, na-go back po tayo sa x squared minus 4x plus 5. That's why uh, kailangan po natin mag-subtract. No? Kung ano, kasi nga sa same side eh. Kung same side ka nag-ooperate, kung anong dinagdag mo dyan, dapat ganun din yung ibawas mo para ma-maintain yung equality. Yes, you will also use the formula for derivatives no sa ating calculus. Yes po. Thank you for that, Teacher Frank. No? So halimbawa, pagkuha mo ng derivative, maging 2x minus 4. So x is 2. And substitute mo yung x equals 2. If x is 2, y will be 1 po. So you will learn more about that no, when we reach your calculus, perhaps. Okay. If a parabola opens downward, then the vertex is it a minimum, a maximum, either a minimum or maximum, or B, neither a minimum nor maximum? What do you mean by SPI po? SPI ginawa ata. Hindi po ako sure sa SPI. Okay. Maximum? If you answered maximum, then dan, 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 you are actually correct. Take note, if a parabola opens upward if A is positive, but it opens up downward if A is negative. If it opens upward, the vertex is the lowest point or the minimum. But if the parabola opens downward, then the vertex is the highest point or the maximum. Letter B. Okay. When the polynomial p of x is divided by x squared minus 4, the quotient is x squared plus 1, and the remainder is x minus 7. What is p of 1? Okay. Okay. So, sige. Anong sagot niyo dito? Letter C, negative 12? Let's see kung tama kayo. So, to get the polynomial po, no, remember, the polynomial is equal to the quotient times the divisor plus the remainder po. That's why the polynomial that we're looking for is the product of x squared plus 1 and x squared minus 4, and add the remainder to it, which is x minus 7. We are looking for p of 1, no? So maybe yung ginawa ng iba, baka sinimplify nyo pa yung polynomial before nyo sinubstitute si 1. But actually, hindi po kailangan yan. You could substitute directly the 1. So that becomes, replace all x's by 1. So naging 1 squared plus 1 times the quantity 1 squared minus 4 plus 1 minus 7. So 1 squared times plus 1 is 2. This simplifies to negative 3. 1 minus 7 is negative 6. And 2 times negative 3, it's negative 6 minus 6. That's negative 12 po. So lahat ng sumagot ng C, very good. Good job po. Tama kayo. Siguro yung iba, minultiply muna yung polynomial at saka sinimplify before nag-substitute ng 1. Hindi po yon needed. I mean, it's okay. Pwede rin. Pero if you could substitute directly and simplify, it's okay. It will still give you the same answer and it's much faster. And one more. Find the value of k so that x plus 1 is a factor of p of x equals x to the 4th minus 4x cubed minus x plus k. Did you go for negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, or negative 5? So you could use here the factor theorem, no? That is, Kapag yung polynomial na to ay dinivide ng x plus 1, dapat yung remainder ay 0 para maging factor siya. Negative 6 daw. And to get the remainder, di ba, i-equate mo muna yung divisor mo na x plus 1 to 0. So if x plus 1 equals 0, then it means that x is equal to negative 1. Then, isubstitute mo lahat ng x ay papalitan mo ng negative 1. That's why you have p of negative 1 equals negative 1 to the 4th times negative 4 times negative 1 cubed minus of negative 1 plus k. At dahil ito yung remainder, equate mo siya sa 0 dapat. So by substitution, this is 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus k equals 0. The left side simplifies to 6 plus k equals 0, which means that if we subtract both sides by 6, you have k equals negative 6. And that's letter C. Okay? So, I hope you got letter C. And that concludes our review for tonight. Thank you very much and a great day to one and all.